ready to roll?
You are ready to roll. I'm following you.
Red heart. I carry the extra ones for people who are not carrying theirs.
You didn't
Wait,
give me that time. You didn't give me that day. वो आपका
you
खत्म हो
are
गया था.
you are already. Oh, very bad. I'm gonna send you
We
loads
discussed
of.
that also. You were giving it to everybody, and when I said, "यार मेरा कहाँ है?" You said, "Oh, so sorry, मैं अपना निकाल के." I said, "नहीं, next time ले लेना." You remember that conversation because
Oh,
I was just getting down from the stage and we had a conversation. But anyway, so my
I'm
red.
gonna. Whenever we're gonna meet, I'm gonna get extra ones for you. But we are gonna do a red heart oath right now. It's a tradition. Yeah, on the Vasudha Madaan Show. One
What is
moment.
a red heart quote?
People who know me, they know that I'm a very, very unfiltered person. They know कि मैं जो बोलूंगी, आई सच बोलूंगी. मैं चुप रह सकती हूँ, मगर मैं वो बोलूं जो मैं नहीं महसूस करती, वो नहीं हो सकता. Yeah, and you are obligated to also speak from your heart and only the truth on the show. Yeah,
I do that. That's what I've been telling you. I get into trouble because of that because I don't have a filter.
I love the people with this red heart. That's how it stays red and shiny. Yeah, so ये मैंने लेफ्ट पे लगा लिया जैसे कि ट्रेडिशन है. या yours is there inside, isn't it?
Yeah, mine is here. You can't see it, but I can feel it.
Yes, I love that. Yeah, that you can feel it. And I want you to feel it a little more. Please put your hand on your heart. Yeah, and I want you to take this oath, right? कि मैं रेड हार्ट की कसम खा के कहती हूँ कि मैं जो बोलूंगी सच बोलूंगी और सच के सिवा कुछ नहीं बोलूंगी.
मैं अपने दिल में अपने प्यारों की कसम खा के कहती हूँ जो बोलूंगी सच बोलूंगी क्योंकि कोशिश करने पे भी you can't filter when I'm talking, so it's okay.
On that note, I want you to introduce yourself in 20 seconds to our beautiful audience.
So thank you, Vasudha, for getting me on the show. Who actually, it's very difficult to introduce the person the person is because we still are trying to find out our identity. But yes, professionally, what I do, yes, I'm a media and communication professional for last 25 years. And I have been in the wide spectrum of media industry, been on the side of the PR, advertising, event management. I'm a journalist. I am the editor for the magazine Suburb and the co-founder of AYL, that is Are You Lit, which Vishesh and I started 2 years back in Gurgaon. And alongside, I'm also a director with Zen Golf Range and Academy.
Let's talk about self-awareness. Let's just dive into the thing. Yeah. So, can you share that one moment when you kind of realized ki, all right, I am cut out for this world out there, which kind of like you're a multi-talented person, where you could amalgamate your love and your talent for things like advertising, journalism, editing, where you could amalgamate all those roles into doing your media and PR thing. So when did you like kind of actually, what was that first light bulb moment when you decided, okay, this is how and this is what?
I'll tell you, so one thing is I've come from an analog times in terms of, we call it, this is a digital time which is going on. And at that time when we were just growing up, there were not too many options for people. And I come from a small town in Rajasthan. And so, of course, it wasn't that, and PR, of course, came in much later. Rather, when I entered PR, it was at such an infancy stage. That was the time when it was just mushrooming here. So to answer your question, how did that bulb lit around that I have to be there? So, but yes, I started my work with hotel industry. I was working with Jai Mahal Palace, of course, for a very short time. And from there, just bit of while I was just tossing on the idea of what to do next and where to do my post graduation from. But I just knew one thing, that I wanted to come out of that small city, and advertising was my interest, because at that point in time also, the ads were never the way dynamic ads which were made or very interesting, but ads always interested me. So advertising became my first, stoppage, where I was very, very keen to get into the world of advertising, the creative, and of course, I was with the client servicing sector. And hence, I think my journey started from there, and then journalism and PR, of course, it's all related. These are not watertight compartments. Then the first break that I got was PR, was again, who was a very senior journalist from, of course, a leading paper at that time, and he was starting on his own, and hence got into PR. So one thing led to the other. But yes, I knew it that I wasn't cut for something 9 to 6, or just a desk job or something. Conversations, communications, learnings, creativity was always that interested me.
Yeah. And you decided to walk this path?
Yeah, I mean, it just happened. One
It,
thing
hmm.
led to the other. That's what I said. Started with the advertising part, and then of course. So
Some of
that,
which,
you know what? Lots of things
yeah,
have changed. Lots of things. The entire industry is changed completely since the time, when we entered the industry. It's so
yeah.
dynamic. It's no more the same the way it used to be. So yeah, it's like it's just so digital. And at our times it was analog, as I'm calling
But
it,
you know what?
calling it.
I
So
still, but I still believe in analog.
yeah,
Uh,
but one
I don't
has
know.
to actually keep changing, na? Either redesign or resign. So might as well
Oh,
keep changing. No, as you also say that.
you are giving reference to something very beautiful, and something I
I know I'm giving reference to your book, and that is deliberately Vasudha Madaan.
like. You are talking about analog times, and now you're talking about digital times. So I think this perfectly fits in here. Yeah. So one thing that you miss about this whole world, this whole paraphernalia when you started out, what is it that you feel most nostalgic about?
It was a personal touch in the industry, especially when I'm talking about the PR sector and journalism. There was a human touch to it, right? So
Yeah.
when we were into the industry, I remember going and meeting journalists, going for the PR rounds, having conversations with the clients as well, and
Yeah.
so much more. Now, what is happening is it's so unfortunate that no, not really wanting to demean anything or anybody, but the people, like now I'm the other side. For many years, I'm the other side of the table as a journalist. I'm a co-founder for Suburb and editor. So every day I get so many press releases, and everything has become so digital. Those guys who are sending the press releases would not even know what your magazine sections are. They would have no face to the person you are sending the release to. They will not call up. Here, it was when we started out, it was a very friendly, no, at a note. It was a collaboration as well, you could say. So
Yeah.
now it has become that it's become brainless. Sorry to say that, in terms of,
Oh,
especially the newer PR executives or the agencies which have just mushroomed up, thinking
yeah.
that it's such a easy breezy work. So it is
Yeah.
not like that.
Basically, it's like it sounds that you miss the heart of the players in the game. Is it?
Things have changed, Vasudha, the whole industry, because see, I would say that the changes have also come in because uh, there
Lot
was a
of
lot of,
mind games I can.
they were, they got,
Yeah.
there was a lot of, I think money got involved, and in terms of, whatever. It's a dynamic thing, and things changed, and the industry changed, and the people had their own, but overall, but I'm saying, since how the PR, public relation,
Yeah.
that's what we're talking about. So there is no public in it, and there's no relation in it.
Oh,
Relation is when you actually, of course,
that's yeah, that's sad. That's sad. That sounds so
the
sad.
relation will only happen now when somebody is in touch with you, would keep in touch with you.
How important? I mean, I remember while one of our conversations, you shared that you have a large team, right? So, how important is teamwork to you?
Yes, of course, since I said, we had two magazines, the agency work and everything. So of course, that point in time, of course, we had a very big team, and also team in terms of people from right from your designers to circulation people to your editorial people, content, and that. And so, because since it's an agency setup, so all sorts of people. So aligning the teams is extremely important, and especially the teams that you are responsible for, because you cannot do anything alone. And for a good leader or a boss, I mean, I don't like to use the word boss personally, but yeah, somebody, you have to lead by example, and you have to take
Yeah.
everybody along and go. And if you're a true leader, perhaps it's not the title that is more important,
Yeah,
what you are called. It is,
exactly.
you have to look to this, or your own success also depends upon the success of your team members. So
Well
to,
said.
and one thing I would often tell them, I said, like a mother, ghar mein, however she tells and whatever she tells her children, but the moment somebody else comes and, points out something about the child, the mother gets wild, and she comes, like, just she wants to protect her children. I said the same thing, that I said, whatever I'm doing, I'm telling you right here, but you know it, that anything that I hear from others, I just knew it, that where to cut the person,
Basically,
so nothing comes up.
the bullet goes through me first. If I give you a hypothetical situation, yeah.
Mm.
So let's say there's a project, yeah, and maybe the project doesn't sound very exciting to the team, or there could be any reason. Maybe they don't believe that it can be successful, whereas you believe in that project, you have your heart and skin in that project, but the team doesn't feel it's gonna be like that fruitful, or the team doesn't believe in it. So they may be resentful, they may be resistant. So how would you kind of bring the heart of your team, their active contribution to that project? I mean, what would you kind of do? Would you kind of persuade, push? I mean, what would be your strategy to make that project work?
You know what, Vasudha? You're taking me back to our monthly meetings before the issue of Suburb. We would sit down with our meetings for the content of the next issue.
Uh,
And a lot of times this used to happen, especially for the showcase story. Showcase used to be the lead story.
yeah.
uh, and so they, a lot of it could be the daggers drawn. There have been situations like that, and all this while I was smiling because I was just reminded back of we have this thing, Women's Day
Hmm.
thing, na? So
Yeah, yeah.
and
It's much.
and and this I'm talking about 6, 7 years back. That was
Hmm.
the time when Women's Day was at a different high completely.
Yeah,
Now also, at
yeah.
that point in
I
time,
remember.
it was like a rage.
Right.
So, so there was a whole hue and cry about celebrating the Women's Day this way, that way, and 70% of my team were women. Okay.
Okay.
and including the designers and the editorial and and I was like, I said, why are you so excited about the Women's Day?
Huh.
And I said, let's understand. Okay, we will do the story. I said, but we can't give the entire issue as a Women's Day thing. This is going
Yeah.
too much. I said, every day, I said, you people, why are you jumping and dancing about getting one day in life of the
Hmm.
year that is dedicated to you? I said, more than that, you have to prove yourself. So there was a deadly, discussion for 2 days. I really remember that incident because there was a lot of disagreement on because it was the whole concept of Women's Day was very, very ripe and high at that point in time. So eventually, I got down talking to these people individually. I mean, what, and the same thing will go in any project. If I think I believe in it, so one is I'm going to try and talk it out to them. I'm sure, everybody has their own reasons. Maybe some reasons I would have skipped and they are visualizing it. So it's always nice to know their perspective also. Sometimes, when the team is around together, you can't align. But when you are one to one with a person, you align better to understand what's actually going on in the mind of the other person, or why is that other person sorry, not very accepting to the whatever the project is.
Hmm.
So I think it's one has to deal with on case to case basis and see how it has to work. And
But
somebody
let's
who
say the cases they are resistant. They
uh,
are resistant. And you have had this talk with them. Yeah. Now, what are you gonna kind of persuade them to do this? Or would you just tell them, listen, I have decided and we have to do it? What would you finally kind of, I mean, how would you strategize the whole thing?
see, I have done this also कि ये तो होगा ही. So, sometimes it's extremely important that you have to make these people understand that what you're believing in is something important and you have to come along the way. Because, see, wisdom and it comes with some experience also. So, a lot of times they may not be able to see something which you are able to see. And there have been
Yeah.
incidences that I told them, I said, boss, karna to hai. It's for you. You have to tell me how aligned you are. You'll be able to do it. If you're not, I am going to get it done anyhow, you know.
Hmm.
So yeah, and it has not really happened that I have been very, you know, vocal with them and had a discussion and they have not agreed. So yeah.
Excellent. What does versatility means to you? Like you're into so many things. There is one hardcore professional side to you, and then there's another soft side to you where you talk about and do things about love, relationships, spirituality, helping out people. So, what does versatility means to you?
Follow your heart.
Ah, and that brings all those feathers in that hat.
Not professionally, but yes, I'm an energy worker, a light worker, been into the field of energies, and it's just that I believe what you are seeking is seeking you. Hence, yes, I do a bit of Reiki, EFT. I love doing tarot. I love, doing and working with the energies in terms of, understanding what
Uh-huh.
the person is saying or
Huh.
the energies are matching or not. So I
Yeah.
think coming from that side, I always believe that more than the words, the energies of the person is what gets you going, or that's more authentic.
Super.
That's
Super.
little me.
Wow. And that's so little. Yeah. So after talking about the achievements, I feel kind of drawn towards asking you about, is there been any regret or is there been any disappointment so far in life? And what's been that greatest disappointment in life so far? Anything that you feel you could have done better? could be done differently. It could be in the form of a person, maybe a decision which didn't work out, maybe a situation. I don't know what it is for you. Something which left you like deeply disappointed. And share the exact incident with us,
I'm
the exact
actually
story with us.
maybe I would have given you quite a few examples if we would have been talking 3 or 5 years before this. And now, with that sense that whatever happens, it happens for a reason. I tell you, it's not about disappointment, but something that I really miss now uh, is the print edition of Suburb. You know,
Ah,
after 13 years of like a crazy stuff, now going digital, as I said, I come from an analog thing. So
yeah.
that took me a while to adjust to the fact, though touchwood people said, and it has been like this also, that earlier Suburb was only Gurgaon product. Now with the all the going digital and online with that, so the
Hmm.
boundaries have collapsed. So it's a bigger market, larger piece. But coming from that, that I like to read a book rather than to go on a Kindle and read it. So coming from that, though it used to be like a crazy thing, and my people back home would say that that you have a delivery every month, because I used to be like crazy for those 5 days. Don't talk to me, you know.
Okay.
And the joy of seeing the published copy in your hand, the book, and the smell when you first you would see that blueprint, you would just go through. So the whole process still makes me very nostalgic, because it was like
How important or even unimportant, because some people don't even believe in the necessity of having a mentor. Where do you, as a person, place a mentor? Whether a professional one or one in your personal life or on your spiritual journey. I mean, where do you see a mentor's place?
for me personally, I feel mentor is so important.
Okay, beautiful. Yes.
And mentor can be anybody in your life who can just touch upon your life and make it completely different in terms of, or make you believe in things that you've not believed in, and maybe
Excellent.
navigates you. And as I said, who can see things where you are much better than what you can see through. And a lot of
Yeah.
times, the mentors put that kind of a confidence in you, that you also don't have that trust and confidence in yourself that you can do things, you know.
Yeah.
And at every stage of life, I think I've been blessed with mentors, to be honest, and now also. And the biggest thing is that you have to have trust, and whether it's professionally or personally, it's amazing. So I'll tell you, it's a personal thing. So forever I've always been, thinking about, I mean, the part of that spiritual aspect has always
Yeah.
very, very attracted me. I've been into reading all sorts of books which people don't even want to really read, and things like that,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
and doing the courses. And forever I wanted this, I'm talking about more than 10 years back, okay.
Okay.
So when I found my mentor, when you're talking about the mentors, when my spiritual mentor,
Hmm.
so I was like, I still remember I was driving back from office and it was raining, and something, I'd come back 2 days back before I had done a course with somebody else. And I was like, I said, yeah, I need a mentor, who is approachable, who has done this. I mean, I had,
Right.
a whole kind of a scripted idea of how I would want my teacher to be. Okay.
Okay.
Or the
Yeah.
spiritual mentor to be.
Okay.
Believe it or not, next 24 hours. It's also said when you're ready, the teacher appears.
Oh, that's true.
And And from another, a friend of mine who was in the US, she wanted to connect with her and she wanted me to, figure it out for her or whatever.
Huh.
I mean, whatever the reason could have been, but I
Yeah.
got in touch with her.
Oh,
And that's, and of course, since then, it's always been a different kind of a learning.
so what would you like to say about the role of empathy in leadership in 20 seconds?
It's extremely important. Empathy, collaboration. And so you have to be the leader that every time you wanted somebody should be a leader like you, be the leader, wish you had one. So it is like that.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
leader.
beautiful. Beautiful. Yes. Tell us one book that you read and changed your life. I can see you have a very wide range of interests. So, just one book which kind of changed your life, shook your life.
Seat of the Soul, Gary Zukov, which I read about 18 years back.
Define love for us.
Surrender.
Beautiful. I mean, seriously, very beautiful. Speechless. What is that one thing or one person, one object, any one thing in this world that inspires that sense of surrender in you?
पर्सन होना जरूरी है.
बिल्कुल भी नहीं. I have given you a wide variety of choice. Can be a thing. It can be anything.
प्रभु.
Oh, what is define joy for me? For the whole entire audience, in fact.
If I can be in the moment where I am, to my
Yeah.
100%, be my,
Yeah.
that's been joyous for me.
Oh, beautiful. Are you enjoy right now?
Oh, I 100% say, can't you see? I am 200% invested while I'm in conversation with you. I actually shut myself off. Whatever I'm doing, I try to be 100%. If I'm not,
Thank you
then,
so much.
yep.
Yes, I can see that you are into this. तो आपको क्या है? What's your most maybe the what is it जो आपको तुरंत कहीं पे भी किसी भी moment में can ground you whenever you feel that things are not aligned or going not your way, bringing a chaos? How would you kind of ground yourself? What's your that quick fix? I really want to know what's that quick fix or quickest fix
Prayer.
for you. Prayer?
Ho'oponopo prayer.
Oh, Ho'oponopo prayer. What's that?
Look for it. It's a Hawaiian prayer.
It's a Hawaiian prayer. All right. Yeah. So, I mean, where do you see in today's world, what is the place of this consciousness in one's inner sense of well-being? Does it play any role even in our inner sense of well-being?
Everybody has that consciousness. It's just that are we conscious about that or not?
Okay.
That is one.
Okay. And what role can it play? Having or acknowledging that consciousness?
I was reading somewhere,
Uh-huh.
and then I did my being a journalist. You kind of anything that you read or hear, you just get down to doing a lot of research and things like that.
Hmm.
So, even the the research also says that the people those who've been going through depression or those who've been going through difficult times in terms of psychological issues or something,
Hmm.
if they align themselves to the source, or so-called, if we talk about spirituality or whatever,
Hmm.
their numbers and their coming back to their their better self is
All
much
right.
better.
Huh.
So I would say that, you see, In the whole, that's just my, lot of your audience may believe it or not.
On that note, give us one, like piping hot self-care tip. Give me and our audience one piping hot self-care tip.
Keep pampering
What
yourself.
can we do?
Keep pampering yourself. Believe in yourself.
Now we are moving into something really rapid, and we call this rapid fire round. And this
Oh no.
goes rapid. So we need just either one word or at the most one phrase. Yeah, shall we go?
Okay, let me see where I would land up.
All right. So on that note, we're gonna shoot. Okay, shoot one human being.
Compassion.
Lovely. Shoot knowledge.
Awareness and heartfelt awareness, I think.
Uh-huh.
For me, this is, I'm just telling you from my perspective, what I think.
Of course.
Knowledge and wisdom should be.
It is your rapid fire round.
Yeah, I mean,
Shoot. Dream.
sorry,
Dream.
believe.
Beautiful. Shoot. Desires.
Endless.
Aha. Shoot. Power.
Share.
Super. So you're gonna rank these in the order of importance, right? So these are money, love, happiness, and health.
Love,
Uh-huh.
health, happiness, money.
So your order
Because
is
everything is connected. Now, if you have love, then automatically you will be happy and healthy.
okay. So your order is love, health, happiness, and money. So you're saying love होगा तो automatically happiness होगा, happiness
Okay.
होगा तो health होगा, health होगा तो happiness होगा और happiness होगा तो money भी होगा. Okay, we love that. So if I ask you to give me and this audience some advice, what would be your parting words to us,
Believe in yourself.
which can transform our life?
Believe in yourself and be authentic. You're not Rajman Chawal that everybody should like you. Have the courage to be disliked.
Yes.
That's okay, but be yourself.
Yeah. The kind of person I am. Yeah. You just said the hottest self-care tip is pamper yourself. So I want to pamper myself to some beautiful, joyful words. So say something really nice about the Vasudha Madaan Show. And of course, also the host of the show.
See, you are the energy to the show. So it is
Uh-huh.
so important that you are lit. So is your show lit. So keep that fire on. Keep talking to great people. And have a wonderful audience. I wish you all the very best. May your success be seen, at the next level to wherever you want to go. Dream big, be there, and may your show be bigger and bigger every time you go, and keep going. Consistency is the key to
Thank you so much for the best wishes. Yeah, but I'm still hungry for the praise. So say something. Praise the Vasudha Madaan Show. See, I am so direct. Praise the Vasudha Madaan Show and the host of the show.
Yes, you are a wonderful person. I have seen you attend one of our workshops where you would come with the happiness workshop. And until as a person is herself happy and brings that fire on the stage, you cannot, lighten up the hearts of others. So it's so important that you keep that fire on and keep believing in yourself and keep shining as you are shining.
Thank you so much, Vineeta. This has been one of my really best conversations. You've been candid, you've been bare, and you brought so much of freshness and that twist to the show today. Thank you so much